Well, hi,
Hello.
good
Hi.
morning.
Good morning. Welcome to Lightworkers Unite.
Lightworkers Unite is a podcast and social show hosted by intuitive women, lightworkers, and most importantly, friends, Mayume and Manjeet. Welcome to our podcast, Lightworkers Unite, where we believe there is a lightworker within all of us.
Whether you are a medium, an educator, or a nuclear medicine technologist, there is a light worker within you, and we have work to do.
This is a safe and sacred place where lightworkers connect, grow, and learn.
And share our light with the world.
Good morning. This is lovely. We're starting this on a Wednesday, so just
Hump day.
kind of jumping in on a beautiful, beautiful time. Did you have a good weekend?
What did I do last weekend? I'm gonna say yes. I can't. I think I was all over the place. Anyway, yes, everything was good. Everything was good. So
I threw you with a weekend question.
Oh my gosh, because I was
Sorry.
That's okay. So let's talk about what's going up this weekend because it's Memorial Day weekend.
Yes,
everyone,
yes.
and I'm sure this will get put up. I'm planning on it. I'll get this up and ready for us so that people can hear this before, maybe on your drive to wherever you're going for Memorial Day weekend. What are your plans? What are you doing this weekend? Are you doing anything?
This weekend, I have a workshop that I'm hosting or co-facilitating on Saturday called a mini teachers retreat. So that's going to be so fun. It's so ironic. We were just talking about mini retreats, but yes. I'm the intuitive life coach talking to teachers about balance. What work-life balance looks like. Yeah.
Totally your jam. Balance. I love it.
It's my favorite thing. So, and then I've just got a couple fun workshops that I'm participating in as well over the weekend. Because for me, that's like I'm not really going away this long weekend, and so I wanted to just kind of pack it with lots of fun, kind of creative and interesting little things for me. And I love facilitating as well. So for me, even though I'm facilitating, I find so much joy in it. So it's kind of like I get to participate a little bit in this little mini retreat too with some of my beautiful people at Kindred Healing. There's a sound bath and yoga and all that, all those fun activities, And so I'm not really going away, but I'm going to have a mini private bunch of things.
Wonderful. Love it.
How about you?
Good. Yeah, we are as a family, and of course the girls are going to bring a friend each. We're going to hit Chelan, get to the house and kind of enjoy it a little bit. We still have some things that we have to get it rental ready, but I'm just so excited just to be in that space. And my husband's always happy in that space too. So I get to have a happy husband this weekend. I'm so excited. But yeah, so that's that's my retreat. And that feels good to kind of get away.
You bring up a good point. You're saying like, your husband's happy on retreat, right? And so why do you think he's happier when he's there? Like, what is it about retreat, do you think, for him that makes him?
Yeah, for John Corelli, I will say, and I would say this if he was here, I think part of it would be accurate. I don't know if it's the full truth, but a lot of it is to get out of this house, our house, to get away from the duties, the things, the tasks that come along with this house. And it's a breakaway. Plus, we really do love Lake Chelan. I mean, I've been going there forever, but my Boston husband just fell in love with it as well. And there's wineries. He's a wine connoisseur. So we love just the spaciousness of just being and not doing a whole lot. And so there's golf, there's pickleball, there's the water in the lake. And I think we're just going to sip wine and sit on our deck and just kind of connect in a different space that I feel is healing. And it just feels like a retreat. It just feels like we're going to get away from the hustle and bustle and normality of tasks and to-dos. And, when we stay here, we can absolutely enjoy our home here. And I'm sure there's plenty of things for us to do. But it is nice to kind of not do those things that are expected. Like it's around you, you look and you're like, oh yeah, I got to get to that. It's
Yeah.
just nice to have a break. And plus, I like the energy of other people. I mean, I'm kind of weird that way. I like to be around other people. So it's a busy weekend in Chelan. And so there's more hustle and bustle there. And everyone's on vacation and feeling good. And it's sunny. It's just sunny and warm over there. Where right now we're having crappy rain. Rain. So I'm excited about that. Yeah, there's lots of things.
I love that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and, you touch on a lot of really great things, because what I'm hearing, right, is just how important it is for us to reboot. And if you think about like a computer, right, when it's been running on and on and on and on without any kind of break, right, we get what happens, right? Our computer gets
That's
slow,
right.
sluggish,
overcharged.
we start glitching, making mistakes, right? Like all these things. And like, it sounds like Chelan is like a reboot for you guys, like a really fun way to decompress.
Recharge.
And that's really kind of what we, I love all those points, because I wrote a couple little things. Is number one, removing yourself from the norm, right? Removing yourself actually physically from the home. And you have a beautiful home, but it's packed and loaded with responsibilities and chores and tasks and dishes. And I mean, not that those don't exist elsewhere, but right.
It's different. It's different.
Yeah. A physical removing of yourself. That is actually really, really critical. And there's a lot of statistical data actually that supports the wellness with actually physically leaving. So even though I'm, doing my retreat here at home, and I've really trained at doing that, it does fill a void, but the actual moving, getting yourself out of your space is actually very, very powerful. Just that alone. Never mind the fact that when you get there, you're indulging in all of this beautiful self-care, all of these things you love to do, the energy of the city, the water, right? Having the wine and the sitting on the deck, like those are all self-care things, aren't they?
It is, absolutely. And it's my husband's self-care that I also appreciate, because I'm going to tell you, he can say that he doesn't listen to our podcast, but he's way more attractive when he's happy. I mean, aren't we all?
Right? We all are. Absolutely.
When we are happy, we exude a different energy of lightness and fun. And so I get glimpses of him like, look at Johnny Corelli. He's so happy. And I want that for him. And I know he wants that for me, because when we're here, it's not that we're not happy in our home, but it's just a different energy. And so, like you said, it's a completely a reboot, recharge, change of scenery. I'm so excited.
Well, and it kind of brings us to our what we've been mulling around for the last couple of months. Hey, well, actually, for years, we've been talking about hosting our own Lightworker Unite Retreat.
Yes, we want to talk about that.
Yeah, I think this is just so interesting coming, with the Memorial Day holiday coming. What do you envision, Mayume? Like, what are some of the things that you would love to have on like a retreat, a Lightworkers retreat?
Yeah. Oh, okay. For us, or reasons why I would want to attend, because I guess I would want to attend our retreat. And I know that the word retreat is used heavily and a lot, and there's different types of retreats that are offered for, especially women. I think a lot more women attend retreats or couples retreats, not necessarily a bunch of men. Like my husband's not saying, hey, I'm thinking about going on a retreat. But I think for women, it's such a great space. I like to be outdoors. I really want to involve nature. I think we've talked about that. I think connecting with the earth and our physical bodies is really important. So I'm all about meditation. As you know, meditation, I would love to meditate outdoors, outside, and whether it's a meditative walk and then you stop and rest and plant yourself on the dirt or a rock or the grass and continue your meditation. I think that's something that appeals to me and that I would love to offer. And me and art. So creativity, anything creative that gets the juices flowing and allows people to step into a space of flow and freedom. Because to me, creativity is freedom. I know not everyone feels that way. And they're like, well, I'm not creative at all. And I can't paint or draw. And it's not even about being an artist per se. There's creativity everywhere. And I know we've touched upon that in other shows. But I just think offering some type of creative project, something that they can maybe take home with them that resembles their time together with us and wherever we are. And of course, breath work, stretching, yoga, good food. There's just so many things that, connecting with spirit, because don't we want to also invite that beautiful realm as we co-create with spirit in this lifetime? So I think that would be part of the retreat as well. Writing, journaling, I'm all about that too. So it's a lot that I'm just like boom, boom, boom thinking, but there's a way to incorporate or spread it out and allowing people to have the freedom to have some free time to decide what they want to do and enjoy the space, whether it's alone time or maybe they came with a friend and they want to go for a walk or go wine tasting. I think it's a beautiful space where people can really connect with one another, but also recharge their own soul. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. I think it is. I agree. All that.
Yeah.
I want all of it. Yeah.
Me too.
I love it.
Okay.
Yeah. And I think a good retreat also, it kind of honors, right, the 4 quadrants of our life and our being, which is like our first quadrant, is our physical health, right? So that's like food and eating well and sleeping well. Like I can't believe I'm a bit of a retreat whore, love going on all the things. And even
Me
with
too.
my sisterhoods, like nothing even organized, but like as sisters going, and I just think I sleep differently, so
Mhm.
even just that physical connection with my body again, is just so powerful. I think on retreat, you just get to stop and breathe and
Yeah.
just really kind of be in your body and love her. And then, of course, all the emotional stuff. That's the second quadrant, is physical and then emotional, and doing the work where you are allowed to be vulnerable, maybe cry, right? Do some coaching, like do some digging, right? Maybe uncover some intention, some new direction in your life, right? Those are all such powerful things when you're being facilitated safely to do. I think that, we're busy fucking women, and so when we can carve out a couple days, it's
Yeah.
you want to be okay, like relaxed, but effective and efficient, right? With your time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't want to go to a retreat and just be like, okay, now what? Like, I
Yeah.
want to rest, but you also want to feel like, okay, I'm going to walk
Guided.
away with
Yeah.
something. Yeah.
Mhm.
And that's what I love about what you were saying about taking home something, like with an art project. Like that's something you can take home and even finish
Mhm.
or work on, but it represents a time when you were there as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love that.
I agree.
And then of course the other 2 quadrants are the energetic quadrant. So I love that you were talking about nature and kind of resetting. To me,
Mhm.
that's like grounding into Gaia and really like getting those chakras kind of connected, like really doing that work that I think nature can really give us. Water, the elements, right, are really powerful at balancing those chakras for us. And then, of
Yep.
course, spiritual, right? That's our last quadrant. That's all about, yeah, meditation, connecting with your guides, whatever. Yeah. I
Yep.
love that. I think we can hold a really fun retreat.
I think so too. And that number 4 is my number. So if you want to do like the 4 quadrants, or I don't know if quadrant would attract people, but it would definitely be like
Mhm.
4 reasons. The 4, I mean, there's another word for it. I think that we could be like, come and experience these four
Yeah.
areas and expand on these four areas in your soul.
Yes.
So,
It's just a more holistic approach, isn't it? Being really
yeah.
intentional about, okay, these are things that we really, as busy women and men, we just don't always put a name or face to it. Like, yes, I'm doing a creative project, but it is really fulfilling maybe a physical
Mhm.
need. It's filling that cup, but it's also filling a very big quadrant of your spiritual capacity and healing,
Yes.
and so sometimes just having words, right, to those things that we're doing brings intention, focus, and clarity. It just brings power to what you're doing, I think.
Yeah, I think so
Yeah.
too. I think those are all wonderful words that will attract those that would want to come to our retreat.
I love it. I love
Those are
it.
very
Yes. It's so fun.
attractive words. I love that. Right? I mean, and I think as middle-aged women, there comes a time where I'm kind of in the they call it the sandwich. I know my bestie always refers to, we're in the sandwich phase where we're not necessarily raising kids, but we're not fully retired. We're also taking care of elderly. Like there's this, right, which I am.
Yeah.
And so there's time where being in this sandwich space, I need to make sure and focus and fill my cup and do all the things and all those words and the retreat and creativity and spiritual, energetically, emotionally, physically, all those are so important for my soul
Yeah.
journey, for me as a
Yeah.
woman, where I'm at, so that I can better take care of my family and
Yeah.
myself. And it also opens up a whole world, I think, I like to think of it this way, of meeting the new souls that I haven't met yet on my soul journey.
Yeah.
Right?
Absolutely.
We have all of our childhood friends or high school friends, college friends, roommates, and then you have your kids' moms, friends, and neighborhood, the community. It just, I love the idea of like, I might still have a bestie out there that I haven't met yet,
Oh,
someone that I will bring
yes.
into my life that I want to know better and share. So I always think of it as I'm not done learning, I'm not done connecting. And so I think retreats with women we bring that we make it available, I should say. We
Yeah.
create a space and make that available for them to explore new relationships and new connections. I love that.
Yeah.
Right?
I've been very lucky and I've hosted many retreats in the past, as a life coach. And I did, that's exactly one of the things that, we did yoga and then paddleboarding, and then we had
Yeah.
a chef, and it was just, and coaching, of course. And it was, we ran them for years, and those women are still in my life today.
Yeah.
So what you're
Love that.
saying, like they're women that I'd never met before, that were
Yep.
maybe primarily only yogis, but they were attracted
Mhm,
to this holistic
mhm,
approach to wellness and care and self-care. And
mhm.
then, they became my clients, and they're still my clients. So it's like, wow, I love what you just said about opening up that space. And I know also that a lot of women, this is terrifying for them.
Mhm.
I can't tell
Yeah.
you how many times, we would be welcoming all of these beautiful sovereign women into the retreat home. And they were women that were terrified. And so I just want to honor that. Although I find it very exciting and interesting to see new people. There's a whole nother part of that, for women that feel very, very vulnerable, and
Yeah.
it's terrifying. And so there's just the
Yeah.
courage it takes for some women to really do that, to just say, I'm going to go on a weekend with a bunch of fucking strangers, and I don't even know like what the beds are going to be like. I don't know what they're going to crack open. I don't even know if I can do this yoga with this teacher. Like what's the food going to be like?
Yeah. All of the
It's very
unknowns.
scary,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And scary, especially if they have taken the step to register and come by themselves. That in and of itself
Yeah.
is is tricky. And I think
Yeah.
I love being by myself. Okay.
Yeah.
And it
me
took some
too.
time, but I've always enjoyed that. Probably started in my 20s, like going to movies by myself. And I know my girls are like, what? That's insane. What's wrong with you? You know, who's the weirdo? Where's the weird lady in the back of the theater? But I enjoyed it because if I couldn't find someone to go with, sometimes I just wanted to go by myself.
Yeah.
And, you know, and then 2 years ago, got to go to Paris and with my girlfriends and then spend 2 days by myself there, which was a beautiful self retreat of just for my soul. And that not everyone is comfortable being by themselves. I'm trying really
Yeah.
hard to raise my girls and teach them that they can be content being alone
Mhm.
and by themselves. And my daughter just traipsed all around Europe herself and did a solo
Yeah.
trip in Barcelona. So she's starting to get used to that, I think, at 21, which is good.
Yeah.
But these women who are going to show up at our retreat may have, you know, they're hovering their hand over the book, the ticket to register, might be like,
Yeah.
I don't know anybody there. Should
I
I find a
know.
friend? Or I can't go because my friend can't go. So I
Yeah.
hope you beautiful listeners out there who are
Yeah.
considering a retreat, just take a chance, come by yourself. There's
Yeah.
so much magic in coming by yourself and enjoying your own company and meeting other beautiful souls who are also by themselves. You know,
Yeah.
I just
Yeah.
think there's magic in just showing up. Um, and like you
Oh,
said,
yeah.
having the courage to show up by yourself and not know
When I
anyone.
think yeah, it's like, it's just believing. I know for me, I've had a lot of that same experience. I went to see my sister in Germany in my early 20s. And, you know, her son, Maxie Cozy, he's a lot older now and he's big wig, you know, kicking ass in the finance world now. I mean, he's just a great kid. But I look at him now and I think, oh, I remember when he was born and just going to Germany by myself to go see my sister, and we had packed up and we're going to spend the weekend in Paris and with little Max, and he got sick. And so I had this ticket and I'm like 21, right?
Mhm.
So I was like, oh no, I'm all the way over here. I want to go. And my sister was like, go, like, just
Yes.
go. Like, you got to go. And I was like, okay, I'll go. So, I mean, I just fell in love with myself there. Remember walking the streets and it was raining and miserable. And I was, you know, I grew up in Canada, so I speak French, right?
Mhm.
I mean, I speak French Canadian,
Yeah.
by the way, not
Big difference.
Parisian French. So yeah.
Yeah.
Not that they gave a shit. They were like, don't speak that bastard French here. You know, I was like, ooh, okay, I'll just speak English. Thank you.
Oh, that's so funny.
Yeah. But I remember, you know, being in my 20s and having this experience and thinking, you know, I'm really good company. Like I think I'm fun to be with. And
Yes.
I remember having this moment of clarity, like tramping around, you know, in my early 20s all by myself. And I think now, like, I mean, now I see Melina doing stuff like that, you know, and I'm like, this is it. This is what it's all about. You plant those seeds of independence and beauty within you. And then
Yeah.
moving, of course, here to this country, I was 24,
Yeah.
completely by myself with no friends. I had no family. I didn't even have a bed. Like I had
Mhm.
nothing. And so I
Mhm.
just think, I don't know. I just love that. To me, it was really fun to do. And so I really relate and resonate with yeah, I'm going to fucking pack up and go. I'll meet all
Yeah,
kinds of fun people.
that's
But
right.
that is not the journey of a lot of women. And
No.
so I always felt when I saw these women coming in that were you could tell, like, it's just a visceral, like, I'm going to walk through the door. They were sitting in the car for a while, building their courage, right? I just always wanted to put them under my wing and be like, oh, gosh, way to
Yeah.
go. Like,
Yeah.
I'm just so proud that, you know, and they, you know, have met all these new people and all these new
Mhm.
friends and friendships that have grown and they've learned um and just so much bravery, you know, happens, I think, on retreat. And that's what I really love is people showing up for themselves, right?
Yes.
They're doing, and wherever that is on the spectrum, um, that's the magic. Yeah.
It
I
is.
love it.
I
Yeah.
agree.
So We
So
have some
fun.
fun things to plan.
Yeah, we're going to do that. So if listeners, if you are interested in attending one of our Lightworkers Unite retreats for women, sorry, fellas, the one man that's listening. So thank you so much for considering coming to spend time with us, and we'll keep you posted. But we would love some feedback. I would love to see, what part of the retreats or the events and the attractive words that were mentioned that really resonated with you. Do you want to come for the physical aspect like yoga and hiking, or perhaps you want to come for the spiritual meditation, connection, or maybe it's, creativity and emotion. So, or meeting your new bestie.
Oh, energy, right?
Yeah.
Energy. Yeah. I love it.
Yeah.
And that's a beautiful thing about retreat, isn't it? Like you can kind of fine tune and shape things however you want. If you want it
Customize
to be
it to
really
you.
heavy with spirit, right? You can do a little bit of yoga and maybe a lot of meditation and a lot of spirit reading, a lot of, psychic games. And I mean, you can just go anywhere. And I think this is where we want your help. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which direction would serve you?
Yeah. Let us know.
Yeah.
Let us know.
And we're
Go to our
thinking,
Instagram. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
yeah. Oh, are you thinking we're thinking fall, right? The fall?
I think so. I think we can
Yeah.
do it in the fall, right? We have
Look
time.
at us.
Sometimes you have to book these, a year ahead, but not us. We'll figure it out.
No,
Yeah.
we'll figure it out. Yeah.
We'll figure
It'll
it
be
out.
fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd love to see how much travel one would want to go. Is it a weekend away that's like more of a staycation or in the area? Or would you drive 2 or 3 hours? Would you get on a plane and go to California? What would you do? What would you do? What would you be
Yeah.
open to? Because I know that we'll start off probably more local, but then we're going to get big. I see it's in
Well, I know
Bali
my
one
sister
day.
Belby. Oh, you said Bali. I said Belby. My sister
Oh my
Belby in
gosh.
England. I know she would love to have us like do something over there too. So
I'm done. I'm in.
Done.
I can say
Let's do
yes to everything now. I was in a phase of, sorry, I can't do that. But now I can say yes to everything, saying yes.
Yeah. Do you know what I think would be really fun? I just am getting all this information now. I don't know if it's just from our listeners that are like tapping into this concept of retreat and connecting. Like we have run a chakra workshop for many years. We've been doing that. And we also have an intensive chakra workshop, which is all about, facilitating energy work and beautiful creativity, drawing, painting and all kinds of fun stuff. That would be a really fun retreat, right?
Oh, yeah.
Igniting your chakras. Like if you're really interested
getting in tune, finding balance.
Connection.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah.
We could have, so many different things to.
Wouldn't that be fun?
Certain chakras. Yeah.
Yes. And I think because when I think about retreating, in the beginning, it was a lot of excitement and meeting new people. And it was, like learning some new things, right? And of course, like I did a lot of coaching retreats because I would learn a lot from other coaches and take what resonated, leave the rest. And over the last 20 years, that's been a big part of my journey is learning from other coaches, right? And taking. But now I love what you said about being kind of in the middle, because right now it feels like my retreating is all about like a lot of healing and exploration, So I think those are really interesting concepts as well to think if you're in that phase of your life where you're interested in some introspective healing, connecting even with past lives for profound healing. We carry so much into this life.
So much.
Right?
Yes.
That
I'm all about soul healing. I agree. And I again, getting back to the middle-aged women, right? That we are.
Yeah.
We are kind of doing a soul reflection. I mean, we are like, where am I on this journey? Where have I been? Where am I going? And what do I want to do? What is it that you need, desire? Maybe you want to bring something more in. Maybe you want to release something that no longer serves you. There's so many different things that that you can help heal your soul and build upon it and change your path, and we can help you.
Yeah.
I love
Yeah.
that stuff. I'm all
Life
solar.
purpose stuff,
Mhm,
right? Life purpose stuff would be really, really fun to explore too on a
mhm.
retreat. Like, what are those things? Because I think we do have many purposes in our life, right? Like in the beginning, my life was all about learning and working with patients and healing them and learning how to be a coach and then raising children. So it was like a lot of expending and learning. And then now, like you said, we're in the middle, and now it's like some of my friends are retiring. So they're closing, big chapters in their life. And so
Yes,
then what? Like, where are those places where we can sit and be in reflection and honor those milestones in our life, and then
absolutely.
be able to move forward. Yeah. I just love
Absolutely.
retreating. It's just so fun.
Yeah,
It's
we
so
love retreats. Let's do it. We're going to do it. We're going to have a Lightworkers
Yay.
Unite. We're going to bring in all the light workers. I just know that there's women out there that are yearning for something like
Yeah,
this. And
I
so
know.
whether,
I
I
feel
know
it
we
too.
offer our own little workshops, and there's a way where they can sneak away and do some of this work locally. But I really think
Yeah.
getting away, connecting with the earth, and each other into a beautiful, magical, sacred space. That's,
Yeah.
well, yeah. And we'll guide you.
So we're looking for a chef.
Yes, agree. Yes, a
I think we
chef.
definitely need a beautiful chef that's
Yeah,
going to just
because
like put us
you
all under
won't.
their wing.
Right. I can make so many spring rolls, and after that, I think I'm good. Fresh rolls. So
Yeah. Oh, I
let's
would
do that.
love that. Yeah.
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 Let's throw it out there like we always do. We're throwing it out, dear universe, put in front
Yeah.
of us a beautiful, wholesome, I feel like in alignment chef who would like to work with us and serve a group of women somewhere where they can provide beautiful, light, fair, light, healthy food.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Love it.
Nourishing, right? For our physical
Nourishing.
quadrant. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. It was a huge hit. And what one of the other things you mentioned as well was when I reflect on some of the retreats, some of the many retreats that I've been on in my life, I one of the things I really, really loved was in my private time shopping. Like
Mm,
I've bought some of the most profound pieces that I hold sacred to me that are in my shrine as we speak over the last 15, 20, 30 years that I bought shopping on a
yeah.
retreat. Isn't that funny?
Absolutely. Well, that totally
Yeah.
makes sense. It's your takeaway. It's something that
Yeah.
you've connected with the area, the place, the location, the retreat, and brought home. I mean, I
Yes.
think everyone loves that. They call them
Yeah.
souvenirs, right? But here, it's kind of the same thing. Like,
It was like a soul souvenir. Like it
yes.
was, yeah, a very, very cool. And I think what would be
Okay.
cool is having some shopping, but also creating your own soul souvenir of the
Yeah.
retreat,
We'll
maybe
do
an
both.
art or we'll
We
do
have to
both. Oh my
have,
God,
yeah,
let's do it.
we have to have the creativity. That is a must. And then we have to
Yeah.
have shopping and wine. That's a must.
What?
Wine and shopping? Should we go
Love it.
right that order? Wine and then shop? No, that could be
Yeah, I
dangerous.
think we need to have wine and then shop.
Yeah, what I just said. I love it.
Oh, well, this was so fun.
All
I
right.
just love, love, love chatting with you about this. And I know this has been in our hearts for a long time. So, we're just going to let this percolate. We're going to send this out to the universe
We
and
are.
see what happens. And
See
if
what
you are
happens.
interested at all, just connect with us at
Yeah.
Lightworkers Unite on our Instagram or on
Yeah,
YouTube.
that's right. You can find us
check.
there.
Yeah, and you can make a comment there in our YouTube comments, and we'll definitely get back to you. We're really good about that
That's
because we
right.
love you,
We love you guys. Thanks for
YouTubers.
listening. Yeah, you YouTubers. We love you guys. And I love you,
Oh,
Manj. Thanks so much for connecting with me this Wednesday.
yes,
Have
I
a
love you too.
wonderful, beautiful Memorial Day weekend, and we'll connect
Yes.
next week. Back next week. All right.
Oh, yes.
Bye,
Love you. Thank you.
everybody.
Namaste.
Thanks for
Mwah.
joining, everyone. Bye.